I have always wanted a Canadian Pacific plug door combination door boxcar, but they're almost impossible to find in any scale, and in O scale 3 rail, forget it. I was looking at a couple of boxcars that I had painted in leather, one being a plug door boxcar and the other being a sliding door boxcar, and it got me to thinking that if I cut the plug door boxcar on the right of the door and the sliding door boxcar on the left of the door and glued the two parts together, I'd have myself a combination door boxcar. And here it is. It worked out rather well, as long as you don't look too closely at the door runners, but I'm quite happy with the outcome. By applying this 2/3 2/3 method, you can see I can take a post-war Lionel gondola, put two of them together and get a nice 50-foot gondola. Using the same principle, I can take two Lionel flat cars and get a nice 50-foot flat car. Do the same with a 6400 series pair of box cars to get a 50-foot double door box car. And I can even do some cutting and hacking with a couple of Lionel cabooses to get a longer caboose with a higher cupola. Now we'll take a look at how we actually construct one of these models by the 2/3 2/3 method. The first thing I'll do is take a hacksaw and a miter box and try to make as straight a cut as I possibly can on the two flat cars. Next, we use a rasp to clean up the cut edge. Cut the second flat car the same way. Next, a little crazy glue to put the two halves together. And finally, we have our completed car all ready for the paint shop. Here's a view of my high-tech paint shop, complete with spray paint can and turntable to be able to move the car around for painting on all sides. Here is the finished product right beside a regular Lionel flat car, so you can see the difference in size. I use glossy paint to paint the flat car because that makes it easier for decaling or dry transferring, and then I'll use a dull coat over top of that once I get the lettering on. Add a nice O-scale container, and I've got a new addition to my intermodal fleet. This whole process becomes even easier if you have two identical boxcars, because you can just cut and paste them together and you don't have to do any of the painting or lettering to get a really nice finished car. Two leftover pieces with the roof off makes a very nice wood chip car, and if you combine several leftover pieces with the roofs off, you can make yourself quite a long wood chip car. So, get out your hacksaw, your can of spray paint, and start creating some unique freight cars for your own layout. One of the best cut and paste might be this 2065 Lionel Hudson, cut and pasted onto the front of a 736 Berkshire to come up with a really unique 484 mountain type.